Hello, I'm Todd Spatafor, and this is another Spectacular thing. Actually, this is a retraction for something I said in my last video. I was saying that the default servmux can't do things like extract a variable from a URL, that it takes more boilerplate to use a middleware, and that there's no subrouting. Basically, everything I said about this was wrong. I'm sorry. So let's look at the standard library's net HTTP router. Let's start by looking at extracting a variable from a URL. Let's say we are looking up a user by ID, and the URL for that is this. We want the 127 to be the ID. How do we do it? It all comes down to the handle func. Then, in the handle get user function, you would look up the path like this. Simple, right? I'd go so far as to say it's simpler than GorillaMux. Middleware isn't as difficult as I said it would be. In fact, the way I described it in the video Go Programming Unleashed, Start Your Web Development Journey, is accurate and quite simple. Middleware allows you to add reusable functionality to the application without modifying the core logic of the handlers. Middleware is implemented using a chain of functions that wrap the HTTP handlers, each one taking an HTTP handler as input and returning an HTTP handler as output. This allows us to chain middlewares together, forming a pipeline through which requests pass. This might be better demonstrated with an example. This is a simple logging middleware. See how it takes in a handler and returns a handler? That's the pipeline or chain in action. This middleware logs each request, method, and URL path. Calling this is as simple as this main function. First, we wrap our main handler as a handler func. This pattern allows you to add or remove middleware easily. Middleware is used to augment or modify request response cycle. How or when do you generate responses to requests? Well, we've been doing that for a while now, we just haven't given it a name. That name is handlers. Handlers focus on application-specific logic, where middlewares focus on cross-cutting concern like logging, authentication, etc. Middleware takes a handler and returns a handler, whereas handler takes a response writer and a request and returns nothing. It processes the request and puts the answer in the response. It is simply implementing the handler interface. An example of a custom handler looks like this. Then, to use it, you would have a main function similar to this. Instead of wrapping a function with HTTP handler func, we are specifying our own handler. In Go, subroutines are a way to organize and manage routes within a web application. They allow you to group related routes together under common parent routes, making your code more modular and easier to maintain. Here's an example. In this example, /API is the parent route, /API users and /API users details are the subroutes. Subroutes help in organizing endpoints logically, especially when you have multiple related routes. So when would you use net HTTP in place of GorillaMux? That's a good question. I suppose if you are more familiar with GorillaMux, you should use it, but honestly, I'm more inclined to use the standard library, especially now that I know how to use it properly. Thank you for watching this short video. Be sure to check out my other videos on Go. Please subscribe and ring the bell so that you'll be notified when more videos come out. Thank you for watching. You can find me on Blue Sky, Threads, GitHub, and the web using Spectacular as the name. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.